everyone, it's Amy, and I'm going to show you how you can add a Turnitin.com assignment to your Schoology course stream. I'll show you what it looks like to grade it, and I'll show you what it looks like from the student view. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to your course, and you're going to click Add Materials. And then over down here in this side, you'll click the Add File Link External tool. And then you'll click External tool. At the top, you'll click the down tick to select Turnitin.com, which is the bottommost item. You'll type in a title, and you will make sure to click the Enable Grading button down here. And when you do that, that makes you go in and change your point value. It has you do your due date, assign the category, as well as the scale, etc. And then you're going to click Submit. Now, I already have one created, so I'm not going to do that again. And you can see it right here. So once I've created the assignment, it'll show up in my stream. But the next step that I need to do is I need to actually go in and I need to change the settings in Turnitin. So when I click on that, I'll see this view, and I need to go over here to Settings. And I'll need to adjust the settings. Now notice here I'm in my sandbox course, which shows you that up here. But if I'm in a linked course, I will see the first course that is linked. And I need to go in and adjust the settings, these settings in Turnitin.com for every single one of my linked courses. So you'll see in yours, you'll see periods 2, 3, 4. When you click on this, you'll have some options to go in. But again, you'll need to go in and change it for every single one of them. All right, so the grade and the start date and stuff did not carry over. In mine, I said that the max grade was 50 points, and I also had a different start date. When I click on this, I can actually go in and I can change that, and I can change the due date. My due date was 8 o'clock in the morning. And notice that it's military time, or whatever you want to call that. So I go in and say that my start date, actually my start date is today. Sorry, that's wrong. So make sure that you adjust that correctly. So my start date is today, and my time right now is, I don't know, about 3 o'clock. So I'm going to say I want it to show up at 3 o'clock for the students. So that would be 13 hours. Yeah. And now I go down to the due date, and the due date is when I want it to be due, and it's, according to this, it says that it's due on the 21st, and that's fine. I'm going to leave that like that. You will want to adjust that according to when you want it due. And there are some instructions on how to select these. If you just click on the question mark next to it, it gives you more information about what you're looking at. If you want, you can enable peer mark over here, and here you'd need to include some instructions. I've already got some right here, and I can type those in. And then down below I have some optional settings, and those are the submission settings, as well as some other stuff about similarity reports. And you can also, at the end, save the settings that you use for future use, which is kind of nice. And then once you're done doing all of that stuff, then you'll click, oh, and by the way, you can attach a rubric. I'm sure you all, if you've used Turnitin.com, then you're familiar with most of what I'm showing you right here. The one thing that's weird is that, like I showed you at the top, where if you have linked sections, you do have to change these settings for all of your linked sections. And then when you're done, you click Submit. And the settings were saved, and now I can go back into the assignment. And when people start submitting things, I will start seeing that inbox get filled. So there's nothing here yet, and I'm going to go ask my LMT friends to submit some assignments, and we'll see what it looks like in a minute. In the interim, while I'm waiting for those other submissions, I can show you at least what it looks like from my LHS student person. So here I am as LHS student, and I see the assignment down here in the bottom. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the assignment as a student. Obviously it's over here in upcoming as well. And as a student, I have some information. This is the only time that I'll see this is the first assignment that I have to do in Turnitin.com. And it's a user end user agreement. And I'll, as a student, click I agree. And then I see this, and I see an assignment dashboard, and I see a summary, and then I see the Turnitin test assignment. When I click on this, it should there's the instructions along with the start date, due date, etc., and how much it's worth, and then I can go in and I can upload a submission. Now, I enabled it to where any file is okay, so if I click Upload Submission, I can then go in and upload a submission by clicking Choose File and uploading a submission that way. And there's a little details about which kind of files are okay. I can also click an text input if make sure that you include those instructions if you just want a text input. And I'm going to do that for this test, so you can see what it looks like. And then students also have the ability to do a cloud submission through Google Drive, OneDrive, or Dropbox. And that's pretty straightforward there. So I'm just going to title my submission, "This is my submission," and I'm going to just type in, "I had a great day. My dog ate some lettuce." Okay. And I need 20 words. All right, I keep typing. "It was funny because he really loves lettuce." Didn't know that. Okay, so now I'm going to upload and review it. And my word count is dumb because it's 22. I mean, obviously the students are going to be doing more. And then you're going to, you can preview submission down here, which is going to open it up in a bigger screen. And then I can click Submit to turn it in. Okay. All right, that's what the student sees. And now I can click out of this box. And now I can see that I did turn something in. I can download the submission if it's something that I typed in the text box, which it is. I can also download a digital receipt for my submission as well. And I can also click on the item to actually view my submission in Turnitin.com. And this is where the students will get their feedback from you. And it's important to let them know once you have given them feedback that that's where the feedback is, that they need to click on the assignment there. And I just learned that my my LMT lady friends are all in meetings right now, so I can't ask them to submit anything. So we're just going to rely on what my LHS student has turned in. And as you can see, I'm in this screen. If I want to see what's been submitted, I'll make sure to use that refresh button as often as you need to. And as soon as I do that, I should see that submission. And there it is. And now I can go in and I can grade it. So one thing I do want to mention is that now I can go in and grade it, yes, from this screen. I do want to show you the fact that it will show up in my gradebook because this is an assignment that I created. And there it is, the Turnitin test. Again, as with the other automated assigning things, you do not have to go in and enter the grades manually. In this field, you can actually grade them from the actual item. So to do that, I'm going to go back into the item, click on it, and then I can go into the paper and I can start grading it. All right, so here I am in my paper, and I've actually already gone through the process of grading it, so you don't have to sit here and watch me do that. And I actually have another student that I can click Next Submission on, and I've also graded that student's assignment as well. Once I've graded the assignments up in here, I've added all my comments, I've made comments about the originality, etc., then I can actually just click the X at the top right-hand corner, and that will save, everything saves automatically. So I click the X, and as you can see, the scores are right here with the similarity reports on the right-hand side. And I have some options over here on the right-hand side as well, including, deleting the assignment. Say, for example, I need that person to resubmit or whatever, I can delete it from here. And then you'll go into the gradebook. And you can see, and this got switched around somehow. You'll see that the scores right here in this field, they automatically arrived here. I did not have to input them at all. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the student view to see what the student sees when they open up their paper once it's graded. All right, so the student sees this, sees his originality report, and then can go in and click on his submission and then view what the comments are. So I saw my little thing on here that says repetitive, and then over here on the right hand side I can see the instructor feedback by clicking this and see what my instructor said, and I can see my score at the top. And then I can also obviously go into my grades and check my grades there over on this side, and the grade will show up where it's supposed to be right here. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact your LMT.